The Huns were a people who, growing stronger in the vast Asian steppes, succeeded in establishing a great state. After the death of their great ruler, Meet Han, in 174 BCE, their state began to weaken. Initially, it split into eastern and western parts, and later, the eastern part further divided into southern and northern sections. When the northern Huns lost the Orhan region to the Chinese and the Wuhuan, they turned westward, joining their kin who had previously migrated there. The Hun communities, living around the Aral Sea for many years, mingled with various cultures from the north and south, laying the foundations for a new Turkish-speaking society. Living a nomadic lifestyle, the Huns established their political unity around the 350s CE developments in Inner Asia, and sudden climate changes forced them to migrate westward. In the 300s and 70s, after defeating the Alans, the Huns displaced the Gothic tribes, triggering the migration period. This migration had a domino effect, setting other tribes in motion and shaping the ethnic structure of modern Europe. The Huns quickly established dominance from the Kuban steppes to the Hungarian plains and the banks of the Danube River. While fighting Germanic tribes, they exerted significant pressure on the Eastern Roman Empire. Attila was born between 390 and 410 in the Hungarian plains. His father, Mundzuk, was the brother of the Hun ruler Rua. Like other members of the dynasty, Attila received a thorough education and gained experience by joining raids under his uncle Rua's banner. After Rua's death in 435, leadership passed to Attila and his brother Bleda. Following Turkish traditions, they divided the rule of the country, with Attila controlling the west and Bleda the east. During this period, the Huns negotiated with the Eastern Roman Empire. The defeated Eastern Roman Emperor Theodosius II made an agreement with Attila and Bleda, doubling the annual tribute to 320 kilograms of gold. Additionally, Rome agreed not to ally with the Huns' enemies or accept Hun refugees. Western Roman General Aetius also ceded parts of Pannonia to maintain Hun support. Attila and Bleda returned to their administrative centers, dealing with rebellious tribes, rewarding those who submitted and ruthlessly punishing those who resisted. The campaigns between 430 and 440 strengthened the Hun state. In 439, the Eastern Roman Empire was shaken by events such as the Vandals' capture of Carthage and the Sasanians' attack on Armenia. With Rome mobilizing its entire army, its northern borders were left defenseless. In 441, Attila set out from his palace in Hungary, capturing the last Roman garrison north of the Danube, Cast Constantia. He plundered Margus, Viminatium, Singadunum, and Sirmium, devastating the Pannonia province. With Roman defenses breached, the Huns agreed to a truce as the campaign season ended. The following year, learning that the Eastern Roman army had not yet returned, Attila resumed his campaign, this time joined by Bleda. Crossing the Danube, the Huns besieged Ratiaria and Nisus. The unexpected ability of a steppe army, composed of light cavalry, to capture towns demonstrated the Huns' military prowess. After taking Serdica, Philippopolis, and Arcadiopolis, the Huns destroyed a Roman army outside Constantinople. However, the city's double walls halted their advance. After defeating a second Roman army near Callipolis, the Huns forced Theodosius to sue for peace. The agreement required the Eastern Romans to pay 2,700 kilograms of gold in reparations and an annual tribute of 950 kilograms. Attila and Bleda returned home with immense wealth. Relying on loyal followers and Germanic vassals, Attila ambushed and killed Bleda to centralize power. To strengthen his rule, he incorporated Roman, Gothic, Greek, and Germanic commanders into his administration, eliminating the risk of division by preventing relatives from causing unrest. After the Peace of 443, the Eastern Roman Empire was struck by plague, famine, and a major earthquake in Constantinople in 447. Seizing this opportunity, Attila planned to march on Constantinople. For the first time, Germanic tribes joined his army as allies, altering the speed-focused structure of the Hun forces and slowing their advance. Roman forces under Aspar delayed the Huns until the city's walls were repaired. Upon reaching Constantinople, Attila was disappointed to find the walls intact. He pillaged over 70 towns in the region extending to Thermopylae and destroyed a Roman army near the Maritsa River. In 447, he imposed harsh terms in a new agreement, securing significant gains from the Eastern Romans. Shifting his focus, Attila targeted the Western Roman Empire, which he considered weaker. Tensions rose when Princess Honoria, sister of Western Roman Emperor Valentinian III, claimed to be betrothed to Attila and demanded a share of Western Roman territory. The rivalry over the Frankish throne, with both sides supporting different candidates, further escalated tensions. With the death of Theodosius in the Eastern Roman Empire, the new Emperor Marcian canceled all agreements. Both Eastern and Western Rome challenged Attila, who decided to focus on the weaker Western Rome. Announcing a campaign against the Visigoths, Attila's true target was Gaul, as Aetius realized, forming an alliance with the Visigoths. In 451, Attila crossed the Rhine, captured Metz, and marched on Orléans. Aetius and Visigoth King Theodoric I moved to defend the city, but arrived too late. Lifting the siege, Attila faced the Allied forces in the Catalonian plains in June 451. Aetius positioned his army with its back to the hills, preventing Hun encirclement. The Romans, Visigoths, Franks, Burgundians, and Saxons faced Attila's forces, which included horse archers in the center, Ostrogoths on the left, and Gepids on the right. Before the battle, Attila delivered a rousing speech. After so many victories, as we stand on the verge of conquering the world, I need not urge you on. I will shoot the first arrow, and whoever I hit is as good as dead. Attila's horse archers launched a lightning-fast attack, showering the Alans with arrows and forcing their retreat. Arrow volleys targeting the Visigoths and Romans were blocked by shield walls. The battle devolved into close-quarters, Germanic-style combat. Gepids and Ostrogoths charged the Visigoth and Roman flanks, creating chaos. The death of Theodoric gave the Huns an advantage, but Aetius rallied the Alans, restoring balance. A cavalry charge by Visigoth, Prince Thorismund, and additional Visigoth forces tipped the scales in Aetius's favor. As night fell, the Huns retreated behind barricades. Fearing the Visigoths, Aetius refrained from annihilating the Huns, sending Thorismund to claim his throne and encouraging the Frankish prince to do the same. With the allies dispersing, Aetius withdrew. Considering the outcome an insult, Attila vowed revenge. Returning to the Hungarian plains, Attila regrouped and planned a new campaign against Western Rome. In 452, he crossed the Alps into Italy with a large army. Catching Aetius unprepared after the Gallic campaign, Attila besieged Aquileia in Venetia, which fell after 3 months. He captured Padua, Verona, Brescia, Bergamo, and Milan, threatening the heart of Rome. With Aetius's army weakened, Valentinian III fled from Ravenna to Rome, sending Pope Leo I to negotiate peace. Attila met Leo at the confluence of the Po and Mincius rivers, and for unknown reasons agreed to peace, refraining from entering Rome. Historians suggest the Huns were exhausted, and the Eastern Romans were threatening Hungary. Believing he had subdued Western Rome, Attila turned east, warning that he would return if Honoria and the promised territories were not delivered. He demanded Marcian pay overdue tributes, threatening war if unmet. However, this threat went unfulfilled. In 453, on the night of his wedding to a woman named Ildico, Attila died from a nosebleed, choking in his sleep. The great Khan passed away amid preparations for another campaign. Attila became a nightmare for Europe, still referred to as the Scourge of God. He brought both Western and Eastern Rome to their knees, but was allegedly poisoned before completing his storm. As the saying goes, the downfall of the Turks often stemmed from their weakness for women, and Attila was no exception. The great Khan left behind a profound historical legacy. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.